Yeah.
100%.
See, that's why I was asking before about like the difference between online and this community, and like it's intriguing how like people are so safe behind a keyboard, right?
Yes.
And so they can have their attitude, but then once you see them in person, like they either completely shed it or they don't, and you just don't waste your time anymore. Or, like you say, you can have that banter back and forth where it's like, this is my idea, what's yours? Or this is my
Yeah.
idea, what do you think of it? And because you're face to face with the person, like you force yourself, if you have to listen and actually listen, right? Not just
Right.
wait for
Yeah.
your turn to speak, because that's what happens
Right.
online is people just wait for their turn to comment, and then it just goes to hell from there.
Well, it's like we were talking about earlier. Like, it's really easy to be an asshole behind a keyboard. It's a lot harder to be an asshole in a room full of people.
That's right.
You know?
A question for George from the
Yeah.
online. They're asking about the circles and lines that are on the top and side of the painting.
So
Good question.
they're called registration marks. I don't know. Matt Sparks knows more about them than I do. But they have something to do with like when the photo is photographed and the photograph is sent to the printer, they use those marks to line up the ink in the printer. To line up where
Like the grid.
Yeah, to line up the grid. None of the other paintings have it. I don't know why this one does. Still, but even John,
St.
like,
Augustine-
I've never seen any of those.
I don't remember if it was in the interview, but when we pulled the thing out and he was looking at it and he was like, "It's really great quality." He was like, "It's still even got the registration marks." So I don't even think he's looked at it enough to remember that, but yeah, that's what they are. They're called registration marks.
Is St. Augustine the biggest painting?
No, it's tiny.
It's a lot smaller than a
Than
lot
you
of people
think?
think.
Yeah,
Is that
It's
right?
not tiny, but it's small.
yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
It's
It looks big.
somebody at the meetup said it's like the Mona Lisa. You think the Mona
Right.
Lisa is this huge painting, and you go there and it's
Yeah.
like that big.
You're right.
St.
Okay.
Augustine's kind of the same way.
Yeah. Huh. That's cool.
Did you say like
I mean, it used to be
12 by 18?
I don't know. That print is bigger than the painting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who knows?
That's cool, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Chris. With Sherry.
Jesus Christ. Learn to read, man.
It's so bright up there.
It is.
Get some glasses.
See, this is what I go through. It's like the sun is staring at you.
It's bright. I feel like I'm in like the sun.
Yeah. But when you turn it off, it gets all dark. You can't see anything.
So what else you got, Cole?
Did anybody dig any holes
Not
that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of.
I guess
And,
the community will have
and-
to answer
and
that.
For anybody that was in the meeting and anybody that watched online, I think a lot of us from Nicole learned a very valuable lesson, especially about St. Augustine. Like, that's why it's so protected here, is because every inch of this area is assumed that there's something buried here, and that's not treasure.
Mhm.
There, you're talking Spanish gold, you're talking soldiers' bones. Like, there's stuff all over this area, and they have to protect their land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But after that, me and Nicole sat down because we were at lunch for 3 hours waiting on our food. And we think we worked out a plan, a fairly decent plan that may take some time to get people to be allowed to dig. I don't want to get people's hopes up because it's not something that's going to happen like tomorrow or probably not like next year, but it's a plan that we're going to work towards. I'm not going to tell anybody what that plan is because people will just go and ruin it. Like
I will.
she's already like, there's so many people that they're calling the city and then they're trying to get permission and they're bugging people and they're calling private landowners and they're threatening them and they're starting bullshit. Like, it's a crazy amount of shit that the city's having to put up with. So I can
And
only
they don't want to
imagine.
put up with it.
Yeah, I can only imagine if we were to say there's one person in the city that can give you permission and we're going to work on it and say who they are.
Right.
They're just going to get bombarded and,
And they're going to say screw it.
yeah, they're going to say screw it. So I'm not going to tell you what our plan is, but we've got a really, really good plan that we think is going to work.
Sweet.
So,
Why do you think it's going to work?
because I think it's reasonable.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense to make it easier for them to handle the workload of people sending them all these emails and theories. It'll make it fair.
Yeah.
If it does happen. And that's all I think I could say about it.
Yeah.
but it would
Okay.
be a fair way to make it happen
Yeah.
so that
Um,
the city doesn't have to deal with it, but it would
yeah.
help the archaeological society work with the city, work with a hunter, and
Right.
figure some way to get something done. But
Nice.
I know.
Okay, so obviously there was a lot more people there that weren't there than there was there. So my question
Yeah.
for both of you,
Cole does math.
Hard hitting journalism. More
yeah, yeah.
people weren't there than were there. Why do you think that is?
Facts.
No, that's
Why do
not my
people
question.
hate your meetup?
That's not my question. My question is, what is your message overall from that, like your main takeaway to give to people that weren't there about these meetups, especially this one, because this one seems really special, like the fact that there was an original painting there and all this stuff, it made it a little extra special than the other ones. So having said that, like what would you tell people that weren't there about the secret, like about the puzzle in general and solving it, you know to take
You
away from
know,
this whole thing?
you know what everybody complains about with the secret is they don't know who they can trust, or they don't have anybody to work with, or they don't have anybody that they get along with, or none of their friends are into the hunt. I hear that a lot. But there is nobody that left this meetup without making new friends and without like putting names to faces, right? So when it's just a screen name online, you don't
Yeah.
think twice about them. But when you put a face to it and you have a conversation with that person and you see their passion, you see how friendly they actually are, because like I guess intentions don't come across well
At
in
all.
text. Yeah.
No.
You make friends. Like I had no idea how passionate some people were about the secret, and
Even beyond passion.
Yeah.
There you can talk a theory or text a theory with somebody, and all they're going to do is give you a picture, give you a couple things on the verse or this, but to hear it in their voice as they're explaining it to you, and you understand, even if you're not 100% on their theory, you understand what they're trying to convey to you.
Yeah.
You know that passion because you try to do that with everybody you physically have a conversation with.
Yeah. And ultimately, like I get asked a lot actually.
Your mic just got weird. Really weird.
Is
Yeah.
it good now?
No. Is it weird for you?
So it's very choppy.
Yeah. Did you switch from like your phone mic
No.
to your earbuds?
No, it should still be the same one.
Let me see.
How about now?
No, let me see. Maybe it's on my end.
I hope it is.
I'm doing the wrong thing. Try again.
Are you there?
Yeah, it was on my end.
Okay.
Sorry.
George
That's
was doing
okay.
it wrong.
Then I lost my train of thought.
Good. So the point is, if you're mean online, make friends.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people dude, just seeing how happy people were to be sitting across a table with someone that they didn't know, sharing a drink and talking about this book. I was gonna say stupid, but I'm not. This book from 1982. It was awesome. Like people were just legitimately happy. Like you would think if you were just a member of these groups, you would think getting 100 people together, it would just be one big fight.
Yeah.
But people were legit, like it was crazy how happy everybody was. So make a friend and have a drink with that friend. Or a sandwich if you don't
drink. Or an iced tea.
Yeah.
But like I think I said it at one point, it was a room full of 100 same-minded people with all different ideas.
Yeah.
So in the long run, in the end of it, we're all on the same mission. We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
We want to finish this book. We want people to find Cass.
Yeah.
And not one person is going to do it.
No.
It's not. I know I'm not going to be one guy that sits down one day and says, I'm going to invest the next year and do nothing but solve one of these puzzles. I'm not going to do it by myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to take every person that I have in this community to feed off any ideas I can give, any criticism. Criticism is good. If you can't take criticism, then I'm sorry.
Don't be in the secret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And
people telling you the truth is only gonna. I don't even want to say the truth, but giving you a respective, argumentative advice is gonna make you better. It's gonna make you, look at your thinking like, okay, something they said made sense. It might not be 100% part of my theory, but if I think I have 50% of a theory and somebody throws a 5% bone my way, you now have 55%.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's a lot more than a lot of people have.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: was there any I know we were trying to be kid friendly before, but was there any shitheads?
No.
No.
That's good.
Not at all. Everybody was super nice,
respectful, and
like
George said, no fighting, no arguing. Like, you figure 40 people at a bar, somebody's gonna throw a beer at one point.
Yeah.
we even so the
especially in Florida.
What are they called? Docents at the museum? The people that like walk you around the museum?
Docents?
Something like that. Anyway,
right.
The people that walk you around the museum are like, it's two old ladies and an old guy, right? And I'm talking old, like 70s.
Yeah.
One aunt, whatever her name was.
Sue?
Aunt Sue, I think. Probably like 80 something years old. Sweetest lady in the world. She said I was cute. So she is my new favorite person.
Probably ran that museum since she was about 12 years old.
Yeah, dude. And we asked them at the end of it, we were like, hey, I know sometimes like treasure hunters can be weird. Was anybody rude to you guys? Did anybody cause any trouble? And they were like, no, best group of people we've ever had. Nice. I was like, good, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Community's awesome.